Tonight we're going to be hitting back. It is about 10:50 p.m. and it's going to be a late workout because 1, I had to get my cardio in. 2, I had work. 3, I had the weirdest assignment I've ever had, and it took me forever to do. But what matters is I'm here and I'm going to work out. I think honestly something I've been pondering, at the times where it's like, I'm about to not be able to do a workout. I think to myself, I'm not sick, I'm not injured, but, I just don't have the time. And a lot of people, unfortunately, see it that way. They don't have the time. They've got, personal responsibilities. They've got, just genuine life things that go on. And I'm not going to hate on anybody. Life comes at you fast and things happen and you're like, wow, and it sucks. Responsibilities have to be made. You need to pay rent. You need to, put food on the table. And, there's several other things that you've got to prioritize. But oftentimes, people just forget about the gym and say, you know what, it's not critical. But outside of the whole bodybuilding thing, I think that having a healthy lifestyle and working out in general is just good for you. And I think something that I find is great is, gyms that offer after-hour things. There's certain gyms that I've been a part of, had memberships at, where you can, outside of regular hours, you can go in yourself, and still get your workout in, whether it be, 2 a.m. or something like that, but the facility is still open. Or those gyms that are 24/7, if you have anything in that area, maybe, try it out. Because I'm not saying that you shouldn't prioritize sleep or anything like that, but if you could just rework your schedule a little bit and carve out an hour, if you've got an hour at like 2 a.m. and you can still get a good 7-8 hours of sleep, or even just 6, and you can get a workout in, I think that's better than if you don't go. I think that is a key to a lot of it, just making the time. Sure, life comes at you and you have to have your priorities, but if you truly care about something, you make time for it. And the gym should be one of those things, because you know what? Regardless of powerlifting or bodybuilding, put all the sports aside, having a healthy physique, having a healthy lifestyle is good for you, and it helps you live longer. No matter what size you are, you can always do it. And I think that's just something that, everybody should at least try to do in their life, to make time to go get some exercise in, whatever it may be. So I'm going to finish up my pre-workout, and I will see you guys after I finish. All right, back pump was great. I'm feeling great because my lifts are staying relatively the same. I'm feeling strong, and I'm timing my carbs a little better. My pumps are solid. I'm getting flat. I know that. I'm not as full as I used to be, but seeing the new striations and getting a little bit leaner, it's great. And I think I'm going to do a good job. I think regardless of where I place this upcoming show, I'm going to be happy. I put in a lot of work, and it's tough, but I'm happy with what I'm doing. And I took more time to think about, what I was talking about earlier, And I think that just getting in any kind of exercise every single day, you should do that. You should strive to, go out and play basketball with your buddies, or, maybe just do a full body workout 2 or 3 times a week. Basics, squat, bench, deadlift, barbell row, whatever you want, get in the gym and do something, or do some cardio, anything like that, because I think that being active directly will contribute to a better life. You will have more muscle, your body will function better. Do you need, now the misconception is you don't need to look a certain way. You don't need to be Zac Efron with all the steroids. He's juiced to the gills. Man's chin has changed. You don't have to be as strong as Eddie Hall. You don't have to be as fast as Usain Bolt. You don't have to look like Arnold. You have to do the best you can do. And you don't have to do your best even. Just going out and exercising will improve your life. I think that is almost a 100% guarantee with most people. That every person probably can't, but those that can, improving your cardiovascular function or building a little more muscle, it is not going to hurt. You probably will live a more happy and healthier life if you actually go out and just do whatever exercise that you find fun. I've talked about this before. If you like to dance, go dance. If you like to play basketball or football, or you like to lift weights, or anything that gets you moving or lifting, I think that's perfect. Do that. Find a way to integrate that into your life. And I think you will see that it's worth it. Make the time for it. It doesn't have to be a ton of time. It could be 15, 30 minutes. It could be as long as a couple hours. But it doesn't have to be an insane amount. But just a little bit each day, I think that will go a long way. And I'm off my soapbox now. That's enough of that. I've got 500 calories left, and I'm looking forward to some nachos. Some, nachos in parentheses. 96.4 beef, but that's good. I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope you guys crush your workouts, and I will see you guys tomorrow for, I think, legs.